Hello everybody, this is Gary Rhinehart from Heart to Heart with Gary Rhinehart. I am here with Mr. Stefano's marketing class here at Wells Central School. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Pretty good.
Awesome. As I was telling them, they're probably having the post-lunch blues. It's Friday. I know they want to get home. It's probably the last thing they want to do, but I'm glad that they are up. They're ready to do this. And we got a few questions to talk about. All right. So the first thing I wanted to ask is, what are some surprising things you've learned being in Mr. Stefano's class?
I've learned plenty of things that I really wouldn't compare it to any other class, honestly, because I learn a lot more like real life skills in his classes than I do in most of my other classes. Like with his classes, I can take it straight out of the book and walk out of school and use it right away, and immediately. It is something you just have to do in life. It's something you're going to learn eventually either way. However, like algebra or something like that may take a bit more getting into.
Yeah. I remember asking my math teacher, I'm like, when am I ever going to use this? He's like, unless you're going to be an engineer, you really won't. And I'm like, I can promise you I'm not going to be an engineer. Can I leave now? I couldn't. So, anybody else? Anything surprising you've learned?
Oh, kind of going off what Caleb said. You learn a lot of things, like experiences. As an example, it's just something small, but we learned through the simulation that checks go for like 2 days, so don't write a check the day of when it's due, so go ahead.
Yeah. Especially when you're going from one bank to another, then that extends it even farther. I've learned that from Grandma's birthday cards. I'm like, I need this money now. All right. Has there been any difficult concepts that you've had trying to grasp in these courses?
Well, it's not that they've been difficult, they just get annoying. Like the budget challenge, we've had to do that, and it's not how it has it set up, it's not realistic enough. Like the banking there, it's just, I don't like it.
Yeah. Is this more of a business type budget or more of a personal budget?
It helps you for the future.
Okay.
And it's business and because it helps you with the
Probably with just trying to get things organized. And I know that's really tough because you got to take like what you like to do and try to put it in a category. Or in a business, you try to take each part of your business and try to put it into a category and then figure out, is this really worth it? Is it not really worth it? I've had like, there's a brand new microphone that does 360 audio and does all this cool stuff, but it's $500. Can I afford that? No. So, you got to look at it and be like, is it something I'm looking for personally? Like in my heart, I'm like, I really want this. Or is it something that's really going to help the business move forward, which is very important.
You were grinning. I thought you had something to add.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Nope, nothing more than that.
Not for this question.
All right, they're calculating. They're very calculating students. They want to make sure they say the right thing. Good in marketing, good in advertising.
They can say anything they want.
Well, that's good because this question's about to get good. How is Mr. Stefano as a teacher?
Wonderful.
Mr. Stefano's a great teacher. I've definitely learned a lot. Like, I don't think I'd learned as much as I learned from taking his classes in the last 3 years from just any normal, like, home ec teacher, or math teacher, or business teacher, or not business teacher. Any, like, normal teacher. Definitely learned a lot of real-life skills, stuff that I'll actually use in real life, business-wise, how to pay taxes, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have bashed modern schools for not teaching things like that, how to do your taxes, how to budget properly, how to write a proper check and all that. And just because he's here and he can probably fail you, don't hold back. Let it out.
No,
But that's not going to happen.
he's very helpful. Like I don't think I would have the same opportunities if it wasn't for Mr. Stefano.
In addition to that, he kind of goes out of his way for a lot of his students. He helps us out if we need it, and assisted me with scholarship.
Well, it was great that, like, when I came here, he didn't have to give me the full tour of the school, which I haven't been here in 12 years, but he on his own, gave me the full tour to see everything, and that was amazing on its own. So you guys are definitely lucky to have a teacher like him who's willing to go the extra mile. And that's always been kind of a positive of Wells School as a whole, is the teachers go the extra mile for you.
And Gary, I will say that they are very tolerant of me because I don't have the outlook that a lot of teachers do, because I've been in business for 29 years and I know where I was when I was in high school, and I try to challenge them a lot, and they sometimes resist and don't understand, but the real world is going to challenge them a lot, and if I can give them a leg up in high school in addressing some of those challenges, they'll be, I hope, in a better place down the road. So
Yeah, the world,
I give them credit for hanging in there with me.
yeah, the world of business is very complicated, not only working with other people, but as I told you guys before, working with other companies and trying to sell things, try to get the right licensings and things like that are very difficult, very taxing. You will not sleep a lot.
One of the challenges they've had, this project that we're doing with the career fair for May 9th, they are doing this as a team, and it's across 4 different classes. So they really have never been together in one class as they've been preparing that. This is 4 different classes, and they're planning one event through 4 different classes. So working as a team across those 4 classes has been a little bit of a challenge, but they're making it happen. They're sold out. We have 15 people participating in the career fair, and they sent the emails, they called the people, they followed up, so they got the 15 people here. And a lot of them are first timers that didn't participate last year.
I believe Elisa was the one who sent me the email. Yeah, I'm bad with names. So
It's alright, so am I.
luckily the people on the radio can't see who I'm pointing to, so I'm always correct.
So I'm going to give them credit for this teamwork and pulling this event off. We're in great shape for next Wednesday.
Definitely. And I mean, honestly, I don't think I'd be like, I have as much not experience, but like knowledge as I do now if it wasn't for Mr. Stefano. Like, you know, in a regular like class, you don't build a resume and you don't create job fairs or blood drives or anything like that. So he really introduced me to the actual like scene of planning and getting ready for, I don't know, but
You're getting ready to get out there and try to know what you're talking about and be able to say it with confidence, which is an important part.
They've been involved in real projects. Cammie, Maddie alluded to the blood drive, and this is for the career fair. But what were you involved in last year? A couple of different things.
Well, Flag Day.
Flag Day, yep.
Community Pride.
Community Pride.
Day.
Flower sale,
Oh, yeah.
right? So already, involved in some real projects that they had to put together. So.
Yeah. Now, I just remember doing popcorn sales and ribbon sales, and then the company would give you like the cheesy little prize.
Oh,
that
yeah, I
would fall
remember
apart
those.
in the first second you got it. And then I'm actually an Eagle Scout too, so we had to do that all the time to get the camp and stuff. So I definitely know what it's like to go through all those different things. So what is the ultimate purpose of the career fair?
the ultimate purpose of the career fair is to get, I mean, obviously, other than other students' jobs, most of the students that are going to the career fair, it's their first introduction into getting a job. Like, it's their first, like, actual, real
Opportunity.
Yeah, opportunity to be able to actually be in an interview with an employer, actually, like, shake their hand and introduce themselves and
Get that first-hand experience.
Yeah, rather than, yeah.
And what when you went to the career fair last year, what happened?
I got a job.
You got a job, right?
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
And Trey, last year was the first time, and what happened with you?
Also got a job.
And where do
3
you
different
work?
jobs.
Timberline Cafe.
And Maddie, where do you work?
Rhinehart.
And Cammie is hoping for her first job this summer,
I
right?
wasn't old enough last year.
Right.
Awesome. I'm also alumni of the Adirondack Inn, so I feel you there.
Caleb keeps busy, Alyssa keeps busy around the house, but this career fair is heavily geared toward ninth graders and anybody who's never had a job or maybe looking for a different job, and for the businesses to learn about our students and see what their interests are.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to trying to find students who might want a career in the communications field, especially radio and media. I also probably have experience in advertising, because we do our own advertising, we do our own social media, we do we do posters, old school, flyers, handouts, all those different things. So we're kind of hoping to expand whatever area they're going into and wherever they want to kind of go in life. Of course, things can always change, but
It kind of ties in the ninth grade is career and financial management. So the ninth grade and Cammie and Maddie and Alyssa have been through that, and they did some talent assessments and career surveys and career and internship investigation. So they kind of have an idea what they're interested in. So I know Cammie is looking forward to meeting one person that's coming to the career fair. If you want to say who that is, because what field are you kind of interested in?
Law?
Law, yep. So for the first time, we're going to have a lawyer here. We never had a lawyer before, so that may be somebody that Cammie wants to speak to.
Yep, so you'll probably be the one suing me when I don't get a license. Right?
And then actually, Alyssa, in the past, she's kind of thinking about anthropology, and we've actually had an anthropologist here to talk to her, and that happens to be the Liza Darling, the Hamilton County historian.
Yeah, I'll have to get you in touch with the old man of the Adirondacks. He's been trying to find the giant catfish of Sacandaga, so if we can find the remains of that, make the cover of like National Geographic. So it seems like everything is progressing well. But have you had any unforeseen roadblocks trying to get the career fair organized?
There's not that many, I don't think.
I think our biggest roadblock would probably, in the career fair anyway, would probably be like businesses not getting back to us as quickly as we wanted.
Yeah. It would wait a couple weeks.
Yeah, you know, we sent out invitations probably, a week, 2 weeks ago? I want to say 2 weeks.
Maybe earlier, depending
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, maybe even 3. I'm not sure. But, you know, we're not really getting as many replies as we wanted until this week.
Yeah, we do have 15 yeses, but I would concur with what the students are saying. A lot of people didn't reply to their email. But I will say, you guys aren't big email users. I know I've struggled with trying to communicate with my students through email, and they're not big on email either, so I don't know if the business people kind of fall into that same thing, but I'm a big email user, but it didn't seem to be a priority for a lot of people to reply.
It seems that, at least in my experience, that it's kind of gearing more towards live action. Like, so you have a live chat through Facebook, you're Skyping, and then you're like, hey, do you have that form I need? Oh yeah, I got it right here. And then you send it like immediately through a chat or Facebook or Twitter or different things. So more of a quick interactive type medium, as emails are almost like mail, where it just seems it's like a slower medium, even though it's
Email.
usually like that. But I think
So maybe we learn from that for the future. Maybe we Google Hangout or Skype or Facebook or text, you
I
know.
know a lot of businesses got backed by phone calls.
mhm.
That's pretty quick too.
Yeah, so
And
same
some
thing.
of them started making phone calls this morning, so that was introducing them to a little bit different skill, you know, on how you had to be prepared for questions. You don't know what people were going to ask, and Caleb actually got an answer, or somebody on the phone this morning who basically wouldn't let him talk. So he didn't know quite how to reply. He was looking for information, but they were kind of grilling him, so...
You got to find that right area just to kind of slide in there and be like, hey, let's try to steer it this way. Do you have any plans for your future careers?
I plan on being an electrician.
Electrician.
For the Albany IVW, or going into the military.
All right, always good fields.
I plan on being an executive chef or possibly baking, maybe starting my own business.
Excellent, excellent. My grandfather was actually what they call a retail baker. He would bake a whole bunch of goods, put them in the back of a truck, and go door to door and sell the goods right out of the truck. And this was post World War II, so not everyone had all that lots of money, but that's the best way they knew how. So always something cool to do. And then you said
A
you wanted to be a
lawyer?
lawyer,
Marine biologist.
marine biologist, and then you said anthropology.
Yeah, but I'm still
Still.
not iffy about that.
Unfortunately, it looks like we ran out of time, so join me as I talk to Mr. Stefano about the job fair some more and about the community in general. We'll be right back after these messages.